If you're finding it tricky to get started with your poetry essay, and if you want an easy way to boost your grade, let me give you a couple of simple tips. Number 1, concentrate on the beginning. There'll be lots of devices and techniques. The poets often begin with a flourish, so there's lots to explain there. And number 2, if you want to get a high grade, you've got to be ready to show detail. Now this just means looking at the simple techniques, but being ready to explain all of them, all of the layers of meaning. Let me show you what I mean. You can see the beginning of a recent AQA poem, and you can see here where I've picked out the simple techniques. There's an opposite, with inside and outside. There's a simile, comparing the face to a weather map. There's repetition of weathered, and at the bottom, there's a metaphor. Now you just need to be ready to explain all of those layers. Let me show you how it would go. A contrast is used with inside and outside to suggest how the character seemed different on the surface than he was underneath. The simile compares his face to a map, showing how people thought they knew him from his outside persona. The repetition of weathered could represent harsh lines on his face, and this negative impression is further emphasised by the word full. However, the metaphor compares his heart to sun, emphasising his internal happiness, while the adjective fat conveys a sense of enjoyment. And as an examiner, I can tell you that the things that I give a tick to will be a technique and examples, and when a candidate explains the effect of the techniques and the examples, that gets a tick. So this style of writing ends up being very detailed, quite easy to write, quite clear, but very detailed, and detail is the key thing that gives you a high grade.